Being a good boy. Miss your daddy when he's outside, huh? Want me to bring you with me? You know how to fix Volkswagens? No? Then why would you want to go outside? $60 for a haircut? At Volkswagen parts? How come? Talk to me. Over. You're a goof. Well, I figured we gotta clean something up. I took the best of the two cylinder heads and I picked out all the nuts that were crammed in there. Amazingly enough, the nuts for the exhaust came right off on this one. It was like the first thing to break. You expect these to break. Studs look really nice. They're not rotted and pitted. I threw away the nuts because, of course, they're crap. So I'm going to keep plugging and work on this side. I like this casting. I think I'm going to save it. I'm not sure. It's got to be from an early engine, but I'm going to save it. Put it somewhere special. Like in the junk pile, yeah. Just dropped a screwdriver. I'm going to heat this one up, get it off. And I use MAP gas. Heat them up as hot as I can get. And use a box wrench. Now, I don't just put a wrench on and hang on it. I like to wiggle it. Of course, I haven't heated this one yet. And, you know, work your way off the threads. Don't go to town just hammering the thing off with an air ratchet. Pretend you're making threads for it. You actually kind of are. Wiggle it off. It gets hard to turn back and forth, back and forth. Now, no heat at all, this one came off, and that's really unusual. Especially for exhaust manifold studs on just about any car. Not like I'm going to reuse this. So this has been oiled the other night. Let's see if this one comes off. I'm going to give it a little shake. I'm going to drop my wrench. This engine had to have been rebuilt. Everything just comes off way too easy. Pretty good with one hand. Now it got kind of tight, so I'm going to, again, work it off. Now it's easier. I'll get tight again. Don't just, you know, hammer it home. Hammer it off. Work it off. So all I put on these was oil. And it came right off. Almost there. Right on the tail end of the bolt. Trail end, yeah. And there it is. Ta-da! Keeping that knot. Gasket. Had to do one hand, like I said. Gotta get a tripod. Have I got a tripod? I think I do have a tripod somewhere. Gasket's junk. This is my... Just had the casting. The casting actually tells me which side it is. So it's kind of stupid to put that over here right now. And it's hot. Just a little bit. This is my left cylinder head. So, okay, this is my left. That's all I gotta remember. I still got some nuts down in there I gotta clean out. I am wondering if it's worth taking it apart, marking each valve, intake and exhaust, and taking it completely apart, taking the valves out, and maybe sandblasting this area. Or do I just put the cover on and pray that I don't get any in it? And you know that ain't going to happen. So this is my left. It doesn't look too bad in there. I still got like wire brush and stuff. Do we want super clean? It'd be nice. Are we in a rush? Do I need it running tomorrow? No. That'd be nice, but I have two other heads right there that I could use one or the other underneath the parts cleaner. Maybe I'll stick this in the parts cleaner. Maybe I'll have it hot tank. just the way it is, or take the valves out, have it hot tank. I don't think it, yeah, it wouldn't be able to get in the holes. Alright, well, I'm going to clean up some more. Probably get another one or the other one up here and see what's going on. Maybe even mess with that piston that's all cloggy. Well, I've got the left one over here in the wash and determined it's not the type of thing I feel like doing right now. So I'm just going to let it soak. I don't want to get the stuff all over me right now. Maybe on a weekend, not a weekday. Just going to let it soak. Not necessarily run. I got a stainless pan in here that catches most of it, so I can just keep moving it back, flipping it over. But I did notice that these fly cuts are really, really clean. There's no way these are the original heads. The jugs that were in there, they just came out way too easy. So there's got to be, this was a rebuilt engine, like he said, in '86, so who knows. I'm just going to fill it with glue. Said I didn't want to do this, right? Get some cleaning action going on here. They clean really easy. I mean, they're almost shiny. That's kind of odd. The fly cuts on these things, look at them. Can't say I've ever seen a factory head come out that clean. So, I'll let that soak for the night. Kill it. I'm going to move that thing out of the way. A nice little pocket cleaner. I cleaned out a house and I got this thing for free. Why it won't close, I don't know. Oh, okay, the piston, this little spring thing, he's hitting it, so I'm going to move it down. There you go. Boing. Cleaned out a house. This thing was in the back. I got it for free. Not bad. Good little unit. What do we do with that mess? I'm thinking I'm going to put that up on the bench maybe, or maybe I'll just use this table. I like that table. Put it right here up on the table. Clean the floor a little bit maybe. I think I'll put that up here for now. I'm copying Dell. I'll put that up here. Clean this. Put that over here. Then put that from here onto that. How's that go? Got it? Good. That's for Dell. Messy little thing you are. You have puke all over my garage floor. Good to see that. Oh my god, it's good to see that. I haven't seen one of them in... Take a look at this one. Let me pull this up on the... You know, it's got a thermostat controlled There's a set of flaps that go into the fan shroud that are thermostat controlled, and they connect to this. I'm pretty sure this is threaded. Yeah, this threads. Why wouldn't you take it out all the way? Why would you leave it like this, just sticking out? I don't think this thing's been connected since the engine was rebuilt, but if you went that far, why would you just leave this here? I don't know. But I'll get it out. The surface of the valves look like they got a little rust on them, but it's really not that bad. It should wire brush out if I don't drop it, right? A little bit of corrosion in there, nothing that wouldn't come out with a Dremel. I'm going to get that thing out, going to get all the little yummy cobwebs and nuts and grease, and I'm going to try and get the manifold off right now. Same thing, 4 more bolts to go. Now this is the one, you look down there, this is the one that had the stuck jug, you can tell. I think what happened is when the engine was shut off, when it stopped, only one of these valves was open, and it appears to be the exhaust valve, and any moisture that built up in this exhaust went right into that piston. So I'm going to take it off and see what I got and get that thing out of there. And then this one can go in the tank. Okay, well I started out with this crappy little wire brush that I got just to kind of use it for safety's sake, you know, because what the hell, I got it. And forgot I got a bunch of these, and these should clean up the crap pretty good in there. Just as far as the valves go, you know, that area, it's a little rusty. But just in the fact that they sat in the oil and they're aluminum, they just corroded, and it was just surface corrosion. It was nothing crazy. A lot of it's already off. I just can't get down in the little cracks where the valves are. So I'm going to clean off this carbon and this carbon. This is the other head. This is the right side. I haven't tried to get these off yet. I just did soak them in oil though. WD-40. I did crack that metal plate out of there, and I got that damn rod right here. See the rod? I got the rod out, and I took that little tin plate. And I like to take these out. There's a little more airflow. No reason to have it. They go right there. But I'm going to see what the brush will do cleaning this thing up. Okay, well, I did clean it up with this brush, and I kind of mangled it. Not a big deal. They're like $3. Did a really good job on the sides and down on the valves. There is a little bit of pitting, and I'll show you in pictures, but nothing crazy. This one's off. I got the 13mm off here, and here's what's going on. 13mm here is so rounded off, it's almost a 12. It's like right there, but it don't want to come off. So I got my MAP gas torch. I'm going to put it right on the nut. Burn out some nuts. She's hot. Now, could just go get a 12 and it might fit, it might not. So I'm putting the vice grips on with the head up. I'm getting poked by a wire brush, and I'm just going to snap them on here just as tight as I can get them. Turn the knob a little. I can do a little more than that. Okay, it's nice and hot. I got vice grips on it. It's lightly clamped in the vise. I'm going to put my hand up here. I'm not going to try and just break the thing free. I'm going to wiggle it. Come on, you bugger. And that's how you get a stuck nut off. Oh yeah, she's coming. It gets easier and easier. I put it all the way down, get another bite. Another bite. Now my 13 might fit on here now. It's still pretty loose, but it's turning it. I'm just chasing the threads with the old nut, getting the crap out of it, and then backing off and letting it fall out. Go up, get another bite, do the same thing. And I mean, it's only ½ an inch long, but it's a lot easier to do this than break off a stud and try and put a new one in. It's getting really loose now. Oop, almost. It's like right there. That went on but didn't turn anything. Let's try the open end. Oh, missed. It might come off. I'll go vice grips. A few more turns left. And if I drop this nut, I don't care. I got some nice ones. Wants to spin, but only a little bit. And there it is. The 11mm rotted nut came right off with a little wiggle wiggle from the vice grips. There's that weird casting, of which I find extremely strange. Should have a gasket here. There's nothing. Is it stuck to it? Yeah, it's stuck on it. Okay, that's one side. Do the other side. The other side has a problem where when we welded this head, I wonder if I can get this in this way. Look at that dirt coming out. I'm just going to take them completely apart. I'm just worried about the studs right now. Okay, we'll spin this around. And ever so lightly, just setting it in the clamp at the case cover, just to hold it. A little hand tight. I've got one down here. Same thing. Let me see what you're looking at. Yeah, you're close. The nut is really close to this weld on the other side. It kind of looks like you might have welded it. So let me find my vice grips. First, look at they're right in front of me. Find my torch, I meant. Put it up. Okay, vice grips, head up, find the flats, tight as I can get it, which should be right there. Even though this is a 13, the last one was kind of almost 11. This might be right there. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Gotta be the coolest technique ever for getting a friggin' bolt off. This one shouldn't be too bad. I could just zip a socket on and hammer it home, but I'd rather get it off nice and clean. That was just a bit too tight. Oh man. That one's pretty bad too. And there it goes. That's off. Crappy old gaskets are off. And corroded in there, but not bad. Not bad at all. And I still have threads. I don't have to mess with studs. There's nothing wrong with these. But this concludes this get that damn nut off your Volkswagen head engine. Class. I'm losing myself. Alright, just put this back in here. Now I'll show you a close-up of how the wire brush thing did on the head without knocking you off my tripod here. See the sides? Nice and clean. There's a wire right there, I can see it. This side a little pitted on the face, but not bad. That valve's going to come out. It's all going to come out, be clean. There is a wire right there, probably stuck under the valve, but that's okay. This was all corroded just on the outside. The face was a little rusty. It's still got a little carbon on it. It's a little pitted, but that's not going to affect it any. Still got the little Volkswagen stampings. All the carbon is gone now. This one looks really good. And it was pretty corroded up in this corner. Anything on the bottom edge of the engine had some oil on it, but anything up top kind of like corroded up here. But that's it. I have all 4 exhaust manifold studs off. The nuts off, and the studs are good, which is very, very unusual. The 10 millimeters that hold a sheet metal tin on the top, I don't want to drop this, so bear with me. The 10 millimeter, the little flathead screws, I think they're 8 millimeter thread. They all came out. Bob got them out, no problem. Bing, bing, bing. So All I have to remember is the head with the bad cylinder is the one missing a stud on the intake manifold, so remember that for me. I want to clean all this caca out. I want to take the valves out. I'm going to do each head one at a time. I'm going to probably mask off this area, take the valves out, and I would really like to sandblast it, just get it all degreased and whatnot, and clean out the ports and get all the goop out. But that's it. I'm going to see if I can get something else moving here. My valve cover bales, the heat riser rod there, the gaskets, those two baffle plates that go around the heat riser rod, and all 4 of my exhaust manifold pieces are off. And my light just unplugged itself. The heads are over here. Let me plug in my light again. I gotta fix. So over in the parts cleaner is the one I just wire brushed. Just washing the crap out. I took the cap off of this one. There's a lot of nuts in there. This was that little center vent with the heat riser thingy is for the flaps for the fan shroud. I still have gasket stuck in here. They're going to dry up and come out. This one came out. None of these did. But I'm going to let this sucker soak and clean up the goop in there. I'd like to glass beat them. I think glass beating would be nice. I'm going to shut this off. I can't. I gotta move it over again. That little thing. It's kind of aggravating, but what do you do? It was free. I want you to go down over here. Oh, stupid. Where the frick did this hammer come from? It's not even mine. Look at the axles I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 6 here, but most of them are cut in half with their junk. That's better. Alright, let's get this up there so I can sweep my floor. Oh, picking it up, I tilted it a little and a whole bunch of oil came out, so that's a good thing. I don't mind it at all, a little cleanup. I gotta get this tin off. It's full of nuts too. I'm really amazed that the castings are still here. There's 2 little flathead screws, one here and one over here, that hold this piece of tin on. That's the only thing left. That is actually, there's a 13mm nut that goes on there. That holds the bracket for the thermistor valve thingy. It's a looks like a little aluminum spring, and it expands with temperature, and that's what the rod came through the head, comes up and opens those vents. Now, most people just rip those things out because if you're running a dune buggy, you're not going to be needing any kind of heat control. They like to get as much air as possible. But looking down in the case, I can see the cam, and there is some oil in there. And it's looking good. This case actually looks pretty good. I'm going to have to check the numbers. The numbers are right here. I have to get a picture of those. But she spins free. Really nice. And I can see the cam lobes in there. They look pretty good. Oh, they look really good. Alright, I'm going to do a little more. I'm going to take this off and then I'm going in. It's been a long day. Kind of like pitch black out. You have a good night. Just for reference, I'll read the numbers. AK101323. I don't know what that little, looks like it's got a little Volkswagen logo stamped in the end there too. AK.
101323.
Thanks, Don. Well, I got the nut off with Dad's, what is it, a Mac impact drill, impact gun. It's right here. And I've heated it, and yeah, even through the glove, this sucker's red hot. It does not want to come off. So I'm going to find a 2-drop puller. I don't have one right here that I know of. But it's been a long night. I'm going in. AK 101323 with a Volkswagen logo stamped in. Got to look that number up. I also got the number on the side over there. We're going to look that up. But very happy to see a spinning engine full of oil. Can you see this one? Has the same number as the other side, I believe. I can't see it. But I got oil everywhere. All over the place. I'm going in. You have a good night.